Keeping up with the Joneses? Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game. Coming up, we'll see our visitors as they get set to square off against our home team. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Bulldogs and the Memphis Hounds. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but you can see it in their body language. This is not a team that is organized and been ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they've had a long few days already as they were in London last week, back in the States, and on the road this week.
And they had some travel troubles coming back from London, but since they came back with a win, they'll put up with those and continue to move forward.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
First and 10, here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Blue 45, blue 45.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And 21 yards there as they convert on third.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
The losing streak can take it on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Space to maneuver at the 40. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Parkey with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that win.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Darren Lee in there to get him for a loss of 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Time to give a little credit here That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete here.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Green, 90.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
There go my brother. What's going on, Timothy?
They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job.
G-Man.
When you hold it and pick up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
We'll take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read,
I had to encourage him to get back on that bit.
But on that one,
now he can't get off that bit.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little. Maybe leaking a lot.
Rickman!
Yeah, he actually was
You're
able
on
to
the
make
boat.
it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to
Timbo, Adrian ducking you.
and had just enough to get it done.
G-Man, you playing against Kratos. I'm playing as Kratos too.
Okay, you can just move me on. No, sir, I was available. I had him up. I hit him up.
To this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team.
Yeah, you a real live dick rider sound like it, huh?
In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback
Ride
once,
that, ride that.
ran out onto the field
Whoa,
first to hit everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try to create that energy.
You could have did that last night, but I sure do appreciate it. You could have doubled it last night.
2nd touchdown now.
Who all playing
I
still?
know, right? After all this time, we've been trying to double dip shit.
Are we balling? Are we shining?
Oh.
We making paper some type of big time? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Yeah, what's up, baby? Man, bro. Look, I'm glad just to be getting the call the ball. You know what I'm saying? Juju been ducking the nigga, act like he ain't see me blowing him up and shit.
Nigga, I'm asleep, nigga.
Nigga gotta act like one of his bitches. You know what I'm saying? God damn.
Yeah. She wants to make sure daddy comes over.
Like, how your niggas do,
That's what she said.
I'm saying.
Boy, stand me. She mad at me right now on the phone. Oh, you don't love me?
So do I need to call Cosmo see if he at the crib or what, bro? Cause nigga been waiting on y'all all day and shit.
I'll kick your ass. Stop playing with me, bro.
I love how you put it together.
But you talk rough.
Working in sync.
There you go. There you go. Always riding me.
You
Like
talk
I'm
rough
one.
to them old you, boy.
Bro. Hey, get off my back, bro.
They don't give a fuck about my feelings. Why should I give a damn about theirs?
Saying stop all that damn smacking.
Gotta love them hoes, you. Yeah.
I love the one I was supposed to.
I'm fucking with y'all, bro. What's happening? I see niggas on there mad. Niggas ain't balling, boy. Y'all niggas still playing
My
that.
money back, take the shit.
Y'all niggas still playing that mad. Y'all boys still on that football, boy.
That's right, good. Them niggas tripping, huh?
Y'all boys still on that,
It's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in.
Man, y'all niggas still buying me.
I had to accept my mid-range, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, Mia X.
Yeah, we balling, bro.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna load up me. How many
Yes,
we
it
got?
is, motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. That nigga money bag. Hold on, let me see.
Money bag balling or? How many we got, Bill? Me and Jay.
Oh, shit, I got a minute left in the second. About to 2
Come on,
o'clock.
pussy.
About to 2 o'clock, bro. Shit. No, bitch. I got points, bitch. I'm
trying not to rap.
Your boy broke that cap 92 on y'all bitch ass. You heard me? Me and Ren been balling all day, nigga. I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm about to get on my second half to get that 93, bro.
Numbers right, nigga. Let's go. You understand me?
Sade.
I'm gonna load up and I'm gonna call Cuzzo. Yes, dang. That dude.
Talk to me, pussy.
Shit.
I need to come get some cooch.
Y'all hold on, fella.
Yeah, we not friends.
The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist.
Man, so you just friend zone the shit out of me real fast, huh? Alright.
Friend zone. Yeah, that's you.
That's a bet. That's cool.
Does that guy get on the field on this drive?
I fucked the bitch that I met last week, though. Ooh. Yeah.
Mahomes now on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get this to the
G-Man, have you got to the light where you had to walk through the dark shit yet?
21 yards.
Where you like heard, where you heard like him talking, like, you know what I'm saying, his thoughts type shit?
Mahomes now on first down. On a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh, you and Alphine trying to get away on the ship.
Into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, this
What's
is
going
not,
on?
it's
Yeah,
not
they
been their
relentless,
bread and
bro.
butter. I don't know, is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build
Yeah,
on?
this is relentless.
Momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line.
That's what she said.
Wide open receiver complete. It's a pick
You ain't
up,
smacking shit, shut up.
a third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball.
No, you better not hit up
You
this
want one of
fucking
those
phone.
guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide.
Yeah, you got a
who
little
can
time
not
to
only get
sweep
open,
dick.
but when they're covered, can
That bitch
uncover
hung up.
themselves downfield and create catches.
The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Nah, I've been on her ass since last night. But yeah, bro, I met this little bitch last week at the job and shit. I fucked her last night.
It'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
What the brothers told you, bro? Don't be going up in that head first, bro. I'm saying give us some time.
No, actually, what Ren told me last night is that she was like, don't think he's coming over here to fuck. Ren said, condom.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I know that. Hey, I remember that combo.
To the 13-yard line.
So that's what I did, Timothy.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I took
the bait, bro. Took the bait, bro.
Man, I don't give it to me, dog. No, she can't. She do so fucking well. Let's get together. They're still like gonna stop the other hoes that do want to fuck.
Get out the gutter, dog.
Quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep.
That's all I'm saying, my brother.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
But I understand, bro.
So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They built a good
I'm just trying to get a couple
and
bounces like a
And what I'm
thug.
thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them.
That's all, man. Nothing too major.
To attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Pulling too hard.
That's what she said when I was taking it from the back. I was gonna rip off that damn wig.
Oh, not the quick weed.
Give to Jones.
With the wig.
And he'll get him down here at about
Not
the
the
42.
quick weed.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That clock, baby.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs.
Dog, I need money after my freaking agent.
Come on, man, dog. This,
half defensive back that covers passes.
Come on,
and half linebacker that makes tackles.
So is it like, how many people still playing?
I think he had to unload that one before he
Not
wanted
that
to. He
big,
was
bro.
right up
It's a
in his grill. I think he was a
Like
dentist
that,
there
yeah.
without a license, don't you?
Yeah, I was just gonna say about what, about 5, 6
Time
niggas
for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Man, I ain't know 6 niggas. I should have gotten that bitch. Probably my only closest chance to winning some shit.
Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense today is but after that point, what do you learn? You can still
What
make
you mean,
plays,
G-Man?
even when other guys having
Oh,
success
yeah,
against
you was in the East with G-Man. Yeah.
Oh no, nigga, I was going to wherever it was 2 niggas at in the conference, nigga. Yeah, G-Man. Yeah, no. We out of the East, baby. No parts of Philly.
26 and a conversion there as well on fourth
Oh yeah,
down.
hell yeah.
for any offense versus his own defense. Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver.
Is it double XP in the red?
Can step up and fill.
I just seen the billboard about double XP in the team gym in the red.
I think so.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, I know I seen it.
Yeah.
Nice gain, 13 yards that time and another
Yeah,
first
man.
down.
Now, this is
Timothy,
an example of breaking
tomorrow
down a
at
defense
11
to run
a.m.
these runs. He's getting past
Cause
the
I gotta take my stepdad to church.
forcing the
So,
secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
unless you want to do it at 10, but like either 10 or 11 tomorrow, the button hits the second round.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
You think 10 or 11?
I mean, I can just try to get that noon.
And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Even that bitch
That
out.
drive that really increased their cushion.
What time did you get?
I was
Well,
done.
Jay got
I was
knocked
done
out.
right. Yeah, I was done around 12.
And they
It was
just
like
got
a little after 12.
Oh, okay.
Slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
It's 4:40. Jay got knocked out. Marvel got knocked out.
You also drain
And that's it
with a
right
drive
now.
like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, man. Do mine.
This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession.
No, that's what
The game is a close
Don't
game.
talk like it was
First time to
easy.
touch the ball in quarter
Oh yeah,
three,
no.
and we'll see
Also,
what they
yeah,
can
the
do.
game is close, bullshit.
What they have planned
That nigga Kyrie Irving shit.
To start a half.
I wasn't thinking about starting that nigga, but he do his thing off that bench, you know what I'm saying? But like, him in that starting lineup, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of make our lineup a little bit more deadly.
To give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So the first play
Oh, that nigga Moneybags got put out.
Look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Yeah,
That nigga back up 2-1.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback.
Orlando and Lee ain't did nothing.
Give him 2 yards that time, and
supposed
it's going
to
to
be
lead
Murray
to a
State.
3rd and 11 situation.
Murray State and Uda.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic.
You want me, should I go and push you through? Nah, I ain't gonna push you through. You can't push yourself through at noon if you don't, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't, you know what I'm saying, do no responding and shit, then
Right. Coverage and it's intercepted.
you're gonna have to play either Doc or what's it called? I hope you beat the shit out of them.
Oh man, Brandon, not real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
OG, I'm telling you right now, man. I'm looking at your roster.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at
Bruh.
the line of scrimmage.
You need to make sure,
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
like, whatever you do, no matter what, if he even put that nigga at the point, bro, make sure that nigga, what you call it, is guarding Jordan at all times.
Who?
T-Mac.
Yeah, just to put a little lint on him.
Yeah. And then when that nigga go to, when he bring that nigga Larry in, you need to have nigga Fendog on Larry at all times. Be personal.
It's gonna be probably Fendog or Wallace.
They've only converted once
With Geraldo.
This will be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Geraldo is a good defense player.
Yeah, it's about the matchup. Like on Kawhi, front end of town, it's gonna be Van Horn and it's gonna be Tom Chambers.
Let me do that boy. Van Horn.
Like I already matched them up when I played them before, just for the length. You just gotta shoot over some length, but really Tom Chambers gonna be the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try
But see,
to
when you pulled off that when you pulled off that Abdul, you know what I'm saying, that solidified that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but fuck it. But I'm gonna have to try to. I gotta try to work him against Wood a little bit too. I just gotta get him with space.
You gonna have to.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I can try to do some moves on the nigga, but yeah, it's gonna be about the matchup. He got Grant Hill and all them niggas, so you know. But what Vice asked to me is he gonna put Kawhi or somebody on McGrady with size, him or Grant Hill. But what fucked me up is Jordan be on Brandon Ross. Feel me? That make it hard on B-Hop. Like he can still catch off the screen, but as far as beating Jordan, it'd be a little harder. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, whenever B-Hop get that bitch, you gotta pick and roll it. What the nigga Jay doing on GTA? Is he not playing or what?
I'm gonna see. You know, to switch some shit up a little bit. But yeah, the matchup's gonna be key. That's what I knew the last time I played.
I got the 2 clock on, bro. I'm in the 4th, dog. No, I know, but I'm just saying, I'm in the 4th, bro. I got under 4
What you hit that 9 deuce?
Yeah,
oh shit, hell no, nigga, ain't no more Gatorade needed, nigga. I thought I was tripping when I did just see that shit, nigga. But yeah, ain't no more Gatorade needed, baby.
As usual, working out, pay it off, baby.
Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
That's nigga I need, baby.
I'm trying to hit that 9-3.
He's gonna get it running right. And this play doesn't
Man, because I like my ball handling, sprint, and more shot block.
Okay.
Brandon, it's clearly a running
Shit, I should get Buku more speed and shit.
They're going to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Monday. It's about Miss Kelly.
And they'll go on the ground.
Yellow
and here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Oh, yeah, bitch, don't do that.
And Parkey's kick is good.
Got 2 men left.
And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control.
Oh, no, mama. Oh, look. Yeah. Okay.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
I got a question for you, Drew. Even though you got to take 2 balls to fill up, 2 caps to fill up, do you still get in the slots?
The interception, just
when you hit the
cap interception,
okay.
Are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Oh my God, back at it. Yeah, I think the nigga bag. He got out the cell. Dude, he might get from
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
They got that fresh bridge ready to go to work. Training.
Look at that, a diving catch.
New bitches.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes.
Oh, you ain't kind of cave for it, though.
Complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, I'm finna leave straight talk, bro.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Can I mute that shit or something?
Yes, you can.
Cause that's how I like it. That should be
from the gun, Mahomes.
Good fucking defense, man.
That's Johnston. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal.
Good shit.
And this is going to be incomplete.
You ain't getting in that end zone, bitch.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. Now Mahomes got to have this one.
The strippers, when they make a lot of money afterwards.
Knock that bitch down,
just a bit.
So, man,
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term
my
here,
goodness.
but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure
But I really think this girl
Yeah,
that I work with, bro, I think
probably
she's a
open for
stripper
a
on
1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you
Yeah,
have that
you know what I'm saying? She look like she's a stripper on the
and even
weekend.
more hope
Yeah.
when they had to slog their way downfield. They got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
never fail, bro.
yeah, you know,
That would feel right.
exactly.
Come out, come out.
Let it out.
They didn't get it.
Yeah. Oh, I heard you work at the Players Club. Oh, how much it take for me to get a little table down?
And none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did
Dropping
indeed. I
the
think we're down
ones
to
out of
9.
that bitch.
And they'll run it here. Trying to
Do
run
something
inside,
like me.
but nothing there. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it here with Adams. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39.
Right back to him on 1st down. Space to run past the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe
that green
right
shit.
In this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it.
What are you talking about?
So for the Londoners,
something that you would never understand.
Yeah, bitch, because I don't have a fucking iPhone, bitch.
Oh, shit.
Because I don't have that overrated ass phone.